We can try to get it after.
Come, let's all. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Good morning. Good morning. Tonight is the first night, so let's look a second the order of the Berachot.
Okay. So everybody, if you need to join, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess whoever's in knows this sort of thing.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Placement of the menorah is more tricky, no?
Okay, let's open a minute. Taf Resh Ayin Vav. Taf Resh Ayin Vav. Taf Resh Ayin Vav. 676. This is tonight. Hamadlik Beleil Rishon. Taf Resh Ayin Vav. Let's open it. המדליק בליל ראשון, tonight, מברך 3 ברכות. The first one is להדליק נר חנוכה. גמרא איזה לשון להדליק נר של חנוכה, the Rambam, this is the Sephardic. So look a second, משנה ברורה א' on the bottom. להדליק נר חנוכה בגמרא וכל הפוסקים, איתה נר של חנוכה, even the Rambam says של חנוכה. וכן כתב המהרש"ל, אך שיאמר של חנוכה, it should become one word, ולא של חנוכה. והעולם, אין מקפידים בזה. שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו, כן? בזמן הזה ולא הוא בזמן, אוקיי. והגיענו לזמן הזה בחירית. So tonight להדליק נר חנוכה, ושעשה ניסים, ושהחיינו. ואם לא ברך, this is אם לא ברך זמן בליל ראשון, you forgot to say שהחיינו tonight. מברך בליל שני, או כשיזכור. אוקיי, בליל שני we understand, yes? You right? זה שהחיינו. מה זה כשיזכור? לוק משנה ברורה. רוצה לומר, not whenever you remember. Let's say you're driving somewhere after you lit and you forgot. כשיזכור בשאר הלילות בשעת ההדלקה. ואם נזכר אחר ההדלקה. Eli, you have a cold. Eli, if you're
No, fine. No?
No? No, you got, see, the point is you have to do it early in the morning.
No, it's just not working.
So the Shulchan Aruch says, and Chacham Ovadia says, you hear, that you're not saying it out of nowhere. It has the Shechiyanu somehow has to be connected to the Adlaka. Be'emet, it's not so simple. Why? Let's say on Sukkot, you forgot to say Shechiyanu. At any given day, you can say Shechiyanu. At any given time, you walk into shul, say Shechiyanu. Why? Because the bracha is on the Zman.
Right.
Shechiyanu by Chanukah is a combination of the Zman and the Hadlaka. It has to be connected to the Hadlaka.
Yes. Sukkot, can you say, but you also saying on the Sukkah, which is there all the time, or whenever you walk into
because
the Sukkah?
every time you have another mitzvah, so it's better if you say when you walk in. But remember, the main Shechiyanu in Sukkot is not the building. We include it.
Mm-hmm.
The Shechiyanu is Shechiyanu
So
to the time of Sukkot. He's right. The Gemara says in the Sukkah that they used to make Shechiyanu when you build the Sukkah, the building. So we are including it in the Shechiyanu of the Kiddush.
So basically saying you're better off in Sukkot, you can say any time, even outside the Sukkah, but you're better off saying it in
Correct,
the Sukkah.
correct. This is where you're covered.
Right.
Here you see it's emphasizing twice.
Megillah, same thing. You can only say it at the second.
Okay, so we'll see in a minute. You hear what he
That's
says? Maybe Puri, but we'll see in a minute.
What you're saying.
Okay, look a second. מליל ראשון ואילך, in a minute we'll see interesting משנה ברורה. מליל ראשון ואילך, אינו מברך, שתיים, ניתנו ברכות להדליק ושעשה ניסים. Remember, this is Shulchan Aruch. If you look in the Rishonim, you can find whatever you want. Some Rishonim, no, but this is, some Rishonim say that the Shechiyanu is so important, even if you're stranded in nowhere. You can say Shechiyanu, but he's clearly saying Hadlaka. Look at them.
So that means Shechiyanu was on the high.
Maybe you already did it, the people did it in the morning, the people after us will do it.
So I just opened, I didn't know. I didn't open it.
You know, I come with my coat just because I know it's going to be cold.
Look at the Mishnah Berurah a second. ויברך כל הברכות קודם שיתחיל להדליק.
No, that's every mitzvah.
חכה.
Why are you telling me this?
חכה. You see, Sammy says you do it בכל הברכות. What happens if you forgot to buy it? But the nerot are still burning. Can you still make it because the mitzvah is still on?
Forgot the light.
forgot to say bracha.
Any
You
bracha?
lit the nerot, but you forgot. Then you was I forgot to say.
It's mentioned that.
And tefillin, when you're doing
Good.
this, no problem, because you're still putting
Very
on.
good, very good.
After,
Tonight, let's say you light. Let's say tonight you light at 5. The water going to burn 5 to 5:45. At 5:20 you realize I forgot.
you lit without bracha.
Right. This is the question. Is it the same as the tefillin? Because the mitzvah is an ongoing mitzvah.
Tefillin, you can say the bracha.
Right, because it's every second is a separate mitzvah. See, unlike Chanuka, the mitzvah is really hadlaka. So this is why it's an interesting question.
I tried it.
This is
It wasn't
why it's
getting cold, it's getting hot.
Lahadlik, no le'air.
Does he?
I said it wasn't getting hot. I turned it
Oh,
off.
it wasn't getting on.
What kind of bracha is this?
In a minute, it's definitely Birkat HaMitzvot. The question is only at the Shechiyanu שעשה ניסים. Look at משנה ברורה ד', קודם שיתחיל להדליק, שים משנה ברורה ד' צא מד', דבעינן שיהיו הברכות, אבל לעשייתם, this is what you ask. You should ד'. The next page.
It's not-
What happens if you eat a piece of fruit and you don't make the bracha?
For what?
If you eat a piece of fruit and you don't make the bracha, as you continue to eat, you make it.
If we didn't finish eating the food, you definitely can make the bracha because every bite you bite requires a bracha. But the bracha you make before you bite into the pear, into the apple, covers all. But every bite has a separate. If I take only one bite from an apple, bracha. I forgot to say bracha. I have only one piece left, of course. This is Birkat HaNe'emin.
That's why I'm asking you.
Tell me, this is Birkat HaMitzvot. And again, unlike tzitzit, it is an ongoing mitzvah, unlike tefillin, which is an ongoing every minute. It's not, I put it on and that's it.
No, the question is the wording. Would the wording prevent you? From
In a second, yeah,
that's the
in a
question.
second.
It's not some other.
So look at the Mishnah Berurah.
The mitzvah is lehavir be'emet.
Oh, we see.
Look at the window, again, nobody sees
No, חכה. רק רגע. קודם שיתחיל להדליק, זה בעינן שיהיו הברכות עובר לעשייתם. Listen to the following case, but pay attention to the case. הדליק נר חנוכה, ושכח לברך על הדלקתה. ורק קודם שהדליק כולן. Hear this?
No, that's okay, of course.
Is the fourth night.
Okay, Mela, but tonight's the first night. Forget about fourth night. What about the first night?
Then let's finish with this and understand good why. ושכח לברך על הדלקתה, ורק קודם שהדליק כולן נזכר ועדיין לא ברך.
So say it there, ודאי. זה ודאי.
Well, it's not so. Why not? It's you do mitzvah. You're not. You already did the mitzvah. Maybe.
That's exactly what he said.
No.
יש לו לברך כל הברכות. פרס תשובה רבי עקיבא. Look in שער הציון, of course you see what Eli says, look, ועבד בפרי מגדים נשאר בזה בצריך עיון. I finished the mitzvah. Candles 2, 3, 4 are hidur mitzvah. Yes? What happened, Sammy? In a minute we'll talk about it. I made the bracha before I lit. Tonight is the 6th night, but I lit only 5. 10 minutes later, my wife said, hey, where is the 6th? So I'm about to light the 6th. Should I make a bracha now and they do or not?
You made the bracha the first time? You already did it.
I did.
You made the bracha? Finish.
השאלה היא, do we make a bracha and you do or not? So let's,
No, that's not the right question, Rabbi. The hidur, the question is, do you make a beracha on the hidur after you made a beracha on the ikar? In this case,
determined you have to
I'm
make
just
better
trying to explain.
Trying to
no, but
basic-
so our Ronnie,
trying to
the question he
explain.
asked, you already made a
I'm
beracha.
explaining to you what the Pri Megadim and the Mistapek
It's not the
and
same
the
case,
I
but-
said.
not the same
Listen
case.
carefully. You're saying that if I forgot to say the bracha and I did not like the 4th, I can still make. But basically, you're making now on the hidur.
Yeah.
You're making on the hidur.
Yes.
Why
Why
is it
don't you
saying
ask about, why don't you ask about Sukkot?
How about I did like all of them and I forgot to say the bracha? Forgot.
So Rabbi Prague, why don't you ask about Sukkot? What about Sukkot with a lulav?
In a minute, in a minute, in a minute, in a minute. Wait.
I don't feel hot. No. Pull it down.
So you look a second again on the case. He says,
An arrow with this.
Yeah, I don't know.
so you have the Chazon of the Bible on the shelf, behind you, there.
The Gemara.
Can we learn it from Brit Milah with the tzitzim, the same thing? What are you making the bracha?
He's saying, see, the example he gives is pretty good. If the Mohel made a perfect job, but the Hidur of the Brit Milah he did not.
Oh.
A day later, he comes to visit the baby, he's making the corrective there, but they do. Over there is only Hidur, you realize? Only the Hidur.
Because he did the ikar already.
Right there.
He made a beracha.
Over
on
there,
ikar.
there is no
That's
beracha.
But what about lulav? What about lulav?
Lulav is different because if later we look in the Rambam or the Gemara Psachim, if you wish,
They usually go to
Lulav has two halakim.
They fix it more.
Lulav has to pick it up. But if you look at the Rambam, Tosafot are asking, how can you say Asher Kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu if the minute you picked it up, you say, the Gemara says no, but you have to shake it by Hallel. So over there you're looking on it as if the mitzvah is not over.
I think the question came up if you had a better. We have that. If you're right, we had one, and then somebody gives you a better one, and then.
Yes, I'm just showing you that there are different levels here on the Hidur. So the case he chose is a safe case. I forgot to say.
You say
I did not complete.
don't
because
mitzvah netilat- you don't mekayim the mitzvah netilat lulav until you shake it in Hallel? Is that what you just said in a way?
if you grew up in Brisk, this is how they learn the Rambam, and the Rambam says the Ikar a mitzvah. The Rambam is
Oh,
money.
so they say the same thing with the shofar blowing too with the
Yeah,
psukim.
but the Rambam says Vehichan menaneo. In a minute.
Rabbi, let's make a simple
Let's
case.
finish,
No,
let's
tefillin.
finish.
If you don't say
Sammy
beracha
said
on
before
tefillin,
you
you say it as long as you're wearing it. You say la'aniyah.
The reason is because every second it's a new chiyuv.
Our
Our question is, it's a single mitzvah that you did it already.
Lehaniyah, same thing.
No, but once you lit the first candle, the mitzvah's over, maybe.
Lehaniyah is the same.
Maybe
No,
you
it's
can
not.
read another line and a half. Guys, let's read another line and a half.
Not lehaniyah.
Jimmy, this
עוד כתב,
this room has a lot of ADD here.
עוד כתב, שאם נזכר לאחר שהדליק כולם, remember again, in the first case, I lit 3 out of 4 and I realized that I didn't. It's a safe bracha. But if you lit already all of them and you still did not complete the mitzvah because you have to burn 40 minutes and this is 20 minutes after, he says, אין לו לברר ברכת להדליק, רק ברכת שעשה ניסים, וכן ברכת שהחיינו, יש לו לברך. Yes?
But that's the first night, because otherwise would you have a birkat? Why would you have a shechianu on any other night but the first
Yeah.
night?
Okay, if we
So
say
let's say a
the same
person
thing-
who didn't say Shechianu the first night. You're right.
But
The person, but we're talking about the concept now. The way he copies Rabbi Akiva Eger is, if you complete your adlaka, even though the Zman mitzvah is not over, don't say the bracha. But
Funny,
if
you
you
might-
did not,
You might have thought when you're in the 30-minute or 40-minute window that it's not over. It's still you're in the game, so you could do it, but not it's the opposite.
this is
If
why
you're in the game, you can't do it.
this is why it's an issue.
Well, Ronnie, that's why if you light it with enough oil for half an hour and it goes out, you don't have to light it again. Because the hayub is only on the lighting, not that it has to be, if it was the whole time, then you would have to relight it.
I'm reading now from Sefer Chazon Ovadia, סעיף ד', תמיד, this type of English. אם שכח לברך להדליק נר חנוכה, כל זמן שעדיין לא סיים להדליק את נרות ההידור, he copies word by word because everyone goes, this is Rabbi Akiva Eger. If he did not complete to light all the candles that you are supposed to do that night, רשאי לברך להדליק נר חנוכה. אבל אם השלים לגמרי, מסיים את זה משנה ברורה, אפילו אם עדיין לא הדליק את נר השמש, by some people that לא יברך עוד להדליק נר חנוכה, אבל יוכל לברך ברכת שעשה ניסים ושהחיינו בלילה, שמסיים את זה משנה ברורה, שהרי הוא רואה את הנרות הדלוקות בבית. It's no different if I see your candles, if I see my candles. I lit the candles for the mitzvah of Chanuka. So I can still say שעשה ניסים.
Why are we waiting till the second night to say Shef?
No, so this is what Larry said. Assuming you forgot.
First night.
You totally forgot the first day, you
You
could
never
say the
said
second
Shef
day.
at all.
Right,
So
Then-
why would, but now that it's lit,
Then
not
he
saying
said-
Shef, why we're not
No,
waiting
no,
till
he
the
says,
before.
let's say the first night you forgot Shekhinah.
Right.
And the second night you forgot להדליק אין Shekhinah.
Yeah,
When you
problem.
catch yourself in while the nerot are burning, he says, don't. Unless you didn't light, the second can be it. Now, אם לא בירך שהחיינו בלילה הראשון, רשאי לברך שהחיינו בלילה השני בשעה שמברך. זה הכלי.
Correct, right.
Now, here is an interesting question. This is באמת an interesting question.
what about kiddush?
A little hot.
חכה רגע. קידוש you can make until the sun is setting the next day.
No, I'm not saying you drank the wine without saying the bracha on, let's say, the first night of Sukkot.
Little wine that you didn't drink yet requires בורא פרי הגפן, no matter what, yes? Please go now to be מדליק. Okay, let's see. Look a second now, leave this open, go to תף רש עין א', סעיף ב'. No, everyone knows it, but now after we discuss clearly, you like it, and you do, you don't say the bracha, yeah? So let's go.
He said you do say it.
No, you don't.
And I said that me personally on the fourth night, only if I lit 3 and not the 4th.
Right, so that means.
But if I lit with the bracha, and I remember later that I missed one candle and I'm adding the candle, no. I mean, of course it's a מחלוקת ראשונים, but let's look now. כמה נרות מדליק בלילה הראשון? מדליק אחד. מכאן ואילך מוסיף והולך אחד בכל לילה. עד שבליל האחרון הוא 8. אפילו אם רבים בני הבית לא ידליקו יותר, this is Sephardic custom. says the רמה, ויש אומרים שכל אחד מבני הבית ידליק. וכן המנהג פשוט, יופי.
Do opposite. This is Chanuka.
My dear friend, listen carefully now. When my kids are home, so remember, I'm the head of the family, I made the bracha, I read, finished. Why is my son doing it? Because if he do, how can my son make shalosh brachot tonight if he make
Who
a
says he
bracha?
makes berachot? He just said to light. Who said
Come
anything
to
about berachot?
250,000 homes tonight.
They all say berachot. Each one says a
Everyone
beracha?
makes tonight shalosh brachot. not one.
Has v'shalom.
Is it boys and girls, Rabbi?
No,
Everyone
Don't
except
do-
the wife, who wears the
Is
wife
it
does
their
not.
obligation?
Don't worry,
Their
don't worry.
obligation.
Guys, before we were born, Rabbi Kiva, of course, those discussions. Yes, the Rama says the opposite from what everything we just said. The Rama is saying, Balabai lit. The only reason the Bnei Bayit are lighting is because if you do, then you make 3 brachot tonight and every night. Yes, what's your question?
Each other person who's lighting, is it the mitzvah on them or is it on you fulfill their obligation?
So we just learned in Shulchan Aruch. The Rambam says that it's a mitzvah on everyone, but the Sfaradim are doing it one on the house.
Right.
So we are asking according to the Rambam or us. So says Rabbi Kiva, listen, זה מאוד יפה, but this from this.
What about this last part?
Yeah, which
בכל
one?
מקום, כל אחד מדליק במקום מיוחד.
Correct.
You follow that?
Yeah, yeah.
What's
What do you
miuchad?
mean?
They don't light next to
You
each
have
other.
7
What's
children,
what's
you
miuchad?
gotta put it in the front.
No.
How many windows you have?
No.
Blah, 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 blah.
I have in the
Everybody knows
dining
a
room
different
and in
room.
my den. Three
And
menorot.
then no shabbat, no windows.
Come to my den, you see everyone, you pass every house you go up tonight. If you have 6 kids, you see clearly.
But you never put them together.
Better.
Yes, they do.
No, he's saying no. Because he says
I've
right
seen it
here,
plenty
no,
of
you can't
times.
put it.
I saw people speaking Chazal school. I know some people speak Lashon Hara. What are you talking about?
I've seen it.
What? What is he saying?
They light together.
Say,
That's
biachad,
correct.
miuchad.
And it's correct.
But each menorah is clearly
Of
measured.
course,
by-
yeah, I see them.
Fine, he's asking you, are you
You know,
doing?
he wants to do a different room, Rabbi. He wants another room.
Rabbi Prague, Rabbi. It's not biachad, it's not biachad, it's miuchad.
Listen carefully. Tonight I'm lighting by my son. Yes, so I didn't take my silver menorah, but I took a little tin over there. If you put in each other, when it passes by, you'll see two candles.
As long as it's separate and you see
No,
that.
Rabbi, I've seen plenty of times in the window, 4 or 5 menorot, and I could see the
I
difference.
But he's
saw 8
saying-
or
So
12.
I'm
You
saying
know
that's
what I'm
okay.
saying?
He's saying a different room, Rabbi.
What is-
Yes, he
you know,
is.
He's
Yeah,
telling
look,
you as long as you can tell.
Of course I can tell.
As long as if you can tell. Joe.
Rabbi
Yes.
Prague. I think the confusion, Rabbi Prague, I think that
Rabbi specifically
You
saying
can't
a different
do
room.
Everyone knows it is recorded, so everyone is contributing.
That's what he's talking about.
Rabbi, my question is on him. He's saying a
Over
different
here, when
room.
you have each menorah, you can tell.
Rabbi Prague, the issue,
My father.
the issue,
Listen,
Is it boys and girls?
the issue is how you you're not translating the word.
Larry, this is what happens when you follow Ashkenazim, confusion.
You said-
By the way, because you're reading the word right. The miuchad and yachad are 2 different words.
Boys,
Girls don't like
Boys
it.
only.
the only boys.
Aren't
What we said the other day, the girls want, they
You
can
can
like
like, but
But
without.
what about Halacha?
the same as boys. What's the difference?
So what do you mean if they want? It says, the Halacha, he says here.
Are you asking me what people do if you pause the Hudson? Every family house, this time with the wife also. But in most homes,
Yeah.
if you ask me, is the chiyuv the same on the men and women? Of course it's the same.
Yeah, so why
Yeah,
only the
yeah.
boys?
What?
Why only the boys?
It's a good question. Says the Chatam Sofer, because the mitzvah was established that you have to go outside. Women never left the house at night. כך אומר חתם סופר.
Bina.
Light outside.
אומר זה מאוד יפה. Forget now that if I have girls that are going with me. You understand? You go to Colombia and you're right outside in this neighborhood. You go to upstate New York. כך אומר חתם סופר.
Rabbi, so, but,
הוא אומר שאחרת, באמת צריכים להדליק כולם, זה אותו דבר, מה ההבדל בין זה?
Rabbi, יש בעיה בזה, because if the husband's away, the Hayub is on the wife. So now she has to go outside.
Right.
So I said, how does that answer
So
work?
everyone says that since today we like in anyway, so anyway, listen, so Rabbi Kiveger is questioning, Larry, listen. So Rabbi Kiveger is asking it on himself. Don't ask on me. How come the Rama says that everyone likes the bracha here? Every year I used to tell them. Do you, Jimmy? Every year I used to tell my kids, Rabbi Kiveger, you have in mind not to be yourself.
Oh.
Not to be.
כך אומר רבי עקיבא
Right, so
איגר.
imagine-
The only way Ashkenaz
the
boy
single kids
can
go
make a
to-
beracha, even though he's at the.
Then the mitzvah is on individually. On
Again, the
individual
question
person.
was, David, we learned here, if I lit and I forgot to make the beracha, and I finished, I cannot make the beracha. Right? Now, if I lit 3, then I remembered, and I made the beracha, and I forgot to light 4, I'm not making the beracha on the 4. The question was, each kid in my house was at the 4th candle. The answer is, there's a kavanah not to be yotzeh. This is a tremendous chidush. Why? A kavanah means, look a second, if this is tefillin and I'm putting in on beli kavanah, it's a potato. Remember, mitzvah beli kavanah is a potato. By Ner Chanukah, if you have a candle in the house has a candle. What do you mean you have a kavanah not to? I don't. Your kavanah doesn't do
What it
anything.
is for the house.
Understand? Kavanah is tzitzit, tefillin, mezuzah, lulav.
Individual.
When the chavza is, the object is the mitzvah, mitzvot tzrichot kavanah.
Right.
But if it's ner ishu beito, and according to Maran, one opinion, even a child under bar mitzvah can be motzi. You how? He's a child. The answer is, I'm not interested in you.
It's the house.
The house has. So it's a chidush nifla.
Right, the chayuv is on the house,
House.
not on the person.
So
The tefillin is on you,
Exactly.
the whatever else.
So if the
what do you mean there's a kavanah not to be a my house has a kavanah.
Right. So Katan puts up a mezuzah, the house is fine.
What?
He shouldn't, but if he puts up a mezuzah, the
Everyone-
Katan, then the house is fine.
Everyone agrees.
So that brings a strong question,
The
why
question
each
should be
person
for
should
good.
light their own menorah. Based on
Right.
what you just said.
I mean, this is the question.
No, it's more of a
So Rabbi
proof.
Akiva Eger is asking it, and the answers I'm telling his chidush.
Yeah.
His chidush is that even by Chanuka somehow, kavanah not to be yotzeh.
Works?
Everything. Look. Your daughters are coming to you on Shabbat. They're lighting b'nei bracha, right?
Yeah, candles, Shabbat candles.
Right. Be'emet, the lighting what they do is the same as my sons in their Chanukah. Think about it, but don't ever say it.
Right.
If ner ishu betosha, this is the opinion of Maran. According to Maran, your daughters are not obligated to light b'chlal. Yes?
Right.
Why? The house, yes,
House has
kavod
candles.
Shabbat,
It's
honor
done
Shabbat,
already.
your wife is coming.
Right.
It's exactly the same.
Exactly.
But this is
This is one of the reasons we tell them to lie, because otherwise you're gonna lose the whole.
Correct.
That's like what we said, Hakam Baruch Hu, to make
Correct.
it
And
better.
it's exactly,
Depends how much
it's
you,
exactly the
not to
same.
let them
Just
lie.
think about it. Shema Hashem is אותו דבר בדיוק.
I have one daughter who always.
Your daughter comes to you, the son-in-law comes to you, אבל באמת לא צריך אפילו, the הדלקה of your daughter, or your daughter-in-law, is the same as my son's על חנוכה. The house needs one pair of Shabbat candles, kavod ve'onah. Finish.
But they light on Shabbat, they make 3 sets of 2
Yeah,
candles.
Sammy, yes, Sam.
I set up the candles in my house, so when my daughters come, I have two.
Right.
But
The same.
not beracha.
My wife says the beracha.
Right, but this is the point, they have to be present when the bracha is being
Well, yeah,
decided.
you're not present, you gotta light.
If they come late,
What's the
They
difference?
They
like
like
it
the
without a
bracha,
beracha.
they know the bracha. The reason is because
because
this is
the house
exactly,
has it.
the house has it.
Not funny.
Chanukah is
Not
exactly.
when they come late. They always come late. I just want to correct them.
but it's the son-in-law's problem. The
Yes,
son-in-law.
yes.
No. I have one daughter who always says the beracha. Okay, finish. That's it.
Ashkenazi
Right,
house.
so
No,
I know it's right.
But what was the difference between the goy and the katan? Or
She's
the
a
general
the
goy?
goy. You know, it's as if you told me
Because
that
the katan is מחויב בחינוך, so his הדלקה is a שם מעשה הדלקה. When the goy does it, it's nothing. It happens to be a lit candle. A lit candle is not a mitzvah. It's הדלקת נר חנוכה.
Even though it has the light.
See what I
I'm
said?
just-
A child is מחויב בחינוך. The fact that he is מחויב gives his הדלקה שם, הדלקת מצווה. אתה מבין? So he's asking, so let the goy do it. If a goy does it, זה לא הדלקה. The candle doesn't have
It doesn't have a thing.
הדלקת נר
So you can say the
חנוכה.
same thing with mezuzah. With the boy puts up the mezuzah.
Similar.
It's the house doesn't have a
אני
mezuzah.
חושב שזה מחלוקת.
But we learned one time the Hiddush of the Magen Abraham, if a lady forgot to light
Correct,
Shabbat
the goy can do
candles,
it for her.
the goy could lie, and
Then
she
I
can say the
should
beracha.
Do you allow it? A woman forgot to lie.
Shabbat candles.
She remembers 10 minutes after sunset. Says Magen Abraham, tell the goy to lie.
Yeah.
Rabbi Kiva Eger is asking,
Yeah.
אתה אומר, משנה ברורה מביא.
No, and she says a beracha.
No.
The
So,
lady, he
Another
says,
bracha.
the lady says,
מגן אברהם says, מגן אברהם, Rabbi Kiveger says, אין שליחות לגוי, the answer is the mitzvah is to have a candle in the house.
right, not to light
לא
the candle.
להדליק.
Right.
You still have
To
to
do
hang
the
light.
No, but the mitzvah is to have light. No, doesn't make a difference that you have it now. That's the point of the Shabbat candle is not to light it, it's to have light.
No, but I can't come put on the stove.
It's mitzvah.
You go a second.
Wait a minute, then why do you use the
Rabbi, the Magena is a massive.
הלכה למעשה you don't do it.
We don't have
It's
to
light,
follow it,
but
I'm just saying it's a.
No, but it's right, it's right. It's right, this is the thing.
then why is the bracha lahadlik?
אופן פרק למד משבת, פרק למד. ספר זמנים, פרק למד.
Listen, the bus breaks down, and you know you're not gonna get home for Shabbat or Hanukkah, right? So you call the boy up, and you call the boy in your house, you tell him, light for me, I'm gonna be walking into the house after
No,
Shabbat.
Hadlakat, Nerot, Hanukkah, we said no, because it has to be.
חנוכה כלום, חנוכה זה כלום, שבת.
But why, if it's not a bracha, then why is the lashon a bracha lahadlik? If
Okay,
it's not,
let's see.
I mean, what other mitzvot do you have except al tilat yadayim? Why don't you so litol yadayim or al mitzvat eruv?
Look, if you have time today, look at Psachim, Daf Vav Amud Bet in Rosh Ran. We need an hour and a half for something like that. And I'm leaving in a second.
Okay.
Look a second. I'm asking, how come Perek Lamed? Open Perek Lamed in Shabbat. He's asking, how come B'chol Shabbat Perek Lamed?
Perek Lamed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perek Shiloshi.
We never looked.
We go in the Rambam.
The Rambam.
Okay. Which halacha?
So then the Rambam talks twice about the Dakat Lirot. Okay. Okay. Then he says like this. Okay, give me half a second. Look at Halacha 8. You realize it's the Pele. Look. Halacha 8. Hey. Sam, you have it? Halacha 8. Look. Okay, look at that. וצריך לתקן ביתו מבעודיו מפני כבוד שבת, ויהיה, סם? למה לא אמרת תדליק? ויהיה נר דלוק.
lit candle.
Lit candle.
נר דלוק, לא תדליק נר. But to be honest,
the rest of it he says the same
two
thing.
halachot later he says different, but okay, this is this is what.
No, not to light the candle.
He says make sure that you have a lit candle.
How could it be lit if I didn't light it?
No, he has the boy lit it, right, let the house be lit it.
Oh.
Al mitzvat hadlaka. I don't see it.
Now look, okay.
Rabbi,
And they will talk about it. Okay.
Rabbi.
Look at a second.
Too much brisk
Now, just
exposure for
too
the
much
light.
breeze. But this
Too
is
much
breeze
breeze.
from YU. This is not the breeze from Yerushalayim.
Don't blame you.
Look a second. Then he says later, איזה הוא עונג? What is it?
Zion is his own.
Yes, it's Zayin רק רגע. Then he says, two halachot later, he says that.
Wow.
Here it says clearly, look. I mean, this is what the Jimmy said
Yeah,
before.
but it could be an assumption that it was lit properly.
The second, so we have a second.
Already lit doesn't mean it was lit anonymously, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm leaving, yeah.
Tomorrow Zoom or you here?
Tomorrow I'm Sunday, Zoom.
Oh, I didn't ask Max. I got to ask Max.
You? Yeah, I'm taking the kids in a couple of days.
Kids off Monday, right?
Yeah, so.
Oh, here.
On Saturday night till 2 o'clock. Yeah.
And tomorrow.
Look at second halacha vav, same vav.
אף על פי?
Third line. חכמים הראשונים מהם, מי שהיה מפצל עצים chopping wood, מי שהיה מבשל, salt, או, מה זה או מה? מדליק נרות.
או גודל.
לא, גודל הפתילות, to prepare the wicks, או מדליק נרות. אז באמת, it's not a contradiction. as Sammy said, someone has to light it.
Yeah, okay.
So, right, but remember, the mitzvah was
Is to have light.
Ner dalu.
Yeah, the mitzvah itself is to have
Sam,
light.
Sam, listen good, Sam.
Ah,
Sam.
what do you make? I don't see.
No, no, הלכה, הראיתי לך.
הלכה
הלכה ו' in the middle, in the fifth, sixth line. חכמים
או
הראשונים.
מדליק,
או מדליק נר, או מדליק נר, מדליק.
מדליק.
Before, אבל זה לא קושייה.
One was an
He's
active-
telling you that
Like,
actively they did
uh,
something. Either chapud, אבל מקודם,
זה לא בעיה.
חכם עובדיה says, here it is, שולחן ערוך says if a woman forgot once, she forgot for the rest of her life,
yeah,
extra
we had
candle.
the-
extra candle.
Says Chacham Obadiah, today it's not. Because we have electricity anyway, so even though you don't have a kavanah, but you can't say I forgot, I'm just showing you, what do you mean electricity?
Light.
Electricity, electricity.
And they tell sometimes-
No, no,
you
no,
use the-
האם
you
צריך
use the-
קבלה?
You don't have to take a hotel.
Left to one, left to one.
Last year, I have, this past year living in my house with his whole family.
Yeah, yeah.
So